Hey guys, we're doing a quick video on my tips for spotting ground targets, since I saw a couple of comments that you guys said you're having a little bit of issues doing it. So we'll try to demonstrate and kind of go over some of the basics that I found work best. Unfortunately, every time I try to do this video, I keep getting jumped by fighters, and as well as a lot of ground fire, just because this is the first tier of setup. Tanks, so you get a lot of people taking the AAA just because they can penetrate tanks, and that way you can shoot both aircraft and ground targets. So it makes sense. You can't really fault them for it. But we'll try on this one. Alrighty, so we're in the Ju-87 B2. So I've got a 250 kilogram bomb as well as 4 50 kilogram bombs, which will give me 5 bomb drops because the 50 kilogrammers come off as singletons, which is kind of nice. As far as coming into targets, I like to kind of stay low so people aren't looking to the area. They aren't kind of expecting anybody to come in on them. And I also will try to kind of get out to this, that way that wherever they're going, they're not usually looking at me, so I can roll in them with peace. They're not trying to fire at me with their defensive gunnery. And they're also not trying to dodge, which with smaller bombs is a lot more of a deal, especially with fast tanks. I use 2-second timers on my bombs, just because I can get in nice and low on them. And they can be used, if you have a bigger bomb, they can be used as anti-aircraft if you can bait them to the right distance and just above the ground. So 2 seconds is always kind of nice. I suppose I could probably get away with 1 second, but I've gotten used to 2 seconds. So I like to get on the side here, as I said, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up a bit, start looking for targets, since especially the first part of the game, I know people are coming out of the spawn, so that kind of makes it easy for my job. But then I'm just going to make a nice stable platform, going to get into a nice kind of low, lazy turn. So I can give myself a nice, stable platform from which to look at things that are moving. So I see 6 tanks already that are moving over there as a result of just being able to tell what is moving apart from just the normal rotation of the ground, just as a result of me orbiting around. The next thing I look for is that right there, which was the muzzle flash, and that muzzle flash. I can't even talk this morning. And the tracer rounds. That kind of indicates people that are also firing, which are going to be more stationary targets. Which makes it a lot easier. So let's come from behind. You come from the side on tanks that are moving like that, you have to lead the tank because he's moving, and you've got to get the drop timing right, whereas if you're coming from behind, then you at least only have one of those to work out. So keep your eye on the tank, on your target when you find them, just like that, coming around at them nicely. Give yourself plenty of room to line up. Don't make your run-ins too aggressive, otherwise you're not going to be able to line up very well. We got a AAA that's kind of dealing with us. Let's just pull out. That guy was kind of making little jukey movements. Kind of made me a little uncomfortable if he was going to get too far off bomb line. That guy's got some machine guns on there. So we're trying to get some nice more altitude. We're just going to kind of let him be for the moment. As I said, we got a lot of people that have, that's a AAA right there, I think. The other one is just coming off the M3. We're going to run in on that guy over there that's firing at somebody else. It's going to make sure that whoever I'm going straight in on isn't firing at me, because that's going to give it a really easy shot for him. I'm going to come around in nice here. Whoop. I think that's the defensive gunner from that other aircraft. Alright, pick up the target again. See, I'm kind of nice and steady turn, so I could pick up his movement again. It's just a matter of getting the line right. I'm going to guess to where I'm going to drop the bomb. Right about there. Good hit. Oh, that was almost right on target. Alright, let's pick up another target here. Don't want to get too slow by getting too much altitude. That's going to make you just an easy target for people that are firing, especially AAA. Realistically, I got too slow there. Slower than I would have really usually wanted to. Alright, so I just saw that guy's tracer come out. He's definitely firing at a target. That tells me somebody's definitely in that forest there. I'm going to kind of come in, line up on that smoke. There he is. We'll give him one bomb. And then we're going to kind of come out nice and low here just because I want to avoid all this machine gun fire. It's one of the benefits of the time delays. I can stay low after the bomb drop. I usually like to kind of stay low just because it kind of uses trees to mask my my cloud from bomb run. Definitely got some fans here now. Alright. So I'm going to put this into a nice kind of orbiting loop again. Kind of pick out targets, look for one that I like. Especially with this ground color, it's a lot easier to have them accented against the ground so I can see those two targets, those ones moving. Drop in on this guy that's going to go over to that bridge. It limits his ability to move on me. However, I do have to be a lot more accurate on the bomb drop. It's actually dropping somebody else. Jeez. Alright, let's get away from that AAA. You're going to drop on a bridge, you usually want to go in line with it, otherwise you're going to miss the bridge, most likely. Which is going to basically entirely negate the bomb drop. How big the bomb is, if it doesn't drop on the bridge, it's never going to kill him. This guy is really kind of pissing me off. So this is kind of what's been in this video issues.
Attention to the map.
Try to stay with some speed. Alright, so we definitely probably have a guy in the woods still. You can see him firing at him. I think he's dead. Nope. We got a couple targets in there too. We're going to line up on those guys. That's kind of got a nice distance away from that AAA who's still firing at me. Good night, dude. Get a hobby. Alright, so I don't like how much airspeed I'm losing it there, so I'm going to kind of level out that dive before I run in. Just because there's two tanks in there and I know that they're right next to that smoke, I'm going to kind of accept a quicker run in here. Do want to make sure that these aren't friendly tanks. I have a funny feeling they are, and they are. That's a Stug. All the basics in the world aren't going to really do you any good if you're lining up on friendly tanks in the first place. Gee whiz, what, did somebody take out my rudder? I think I lost my rudder. Yep, that's annoying. It's also good to know. Alright, dude. Alright, well let's show, we can show what I do for, oh, we just wait for, friendly tank to start shooting them. That also works. Otherwise I kind of, train mass come in low and fast on AAA targets. So I just saw that, smoke plume in front of me, from somebody firing. So I'm going to get some altitude so I can kind of come out on a nice angle on that guy. Require if I can.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Yes. There he is. Nope. I don't like it. Kept trying to use my rudder to line up on that guy better, but without the rudder I can't really correct my line very easily. one bomb left. There's not really much sense in dropping a wild bomb. I might as well kind of take my time to line it up. Which I'm probably just going to G out of this aircraft so I can show you guys again with the BF-109. So he is nicely silhouetted against the ground, which kind of helped me pick him up again. Yeah, those 50 kilogrammers are just hard to hit with. Let's grab that 109. See if we can't do some more. Try to make this video at least marginally condensed for you guys. As well as interesting. It's always nice to be able to see it from a slow flying aircraft like that and a much more fast flyer like the 109. Always like fighter bombers a lot better. P-47s, P-51s, even the 109s are kind of nice. Plus, realistically, those 50 kilogrammers should probably drop 2 at once to carpet bomb, because you have to be so precise with those things, even with soft targets, that you might as well drop 2, or you're just going to be fumbling. As you saw, even with me getting so low to that guy, it still somehow missed. I thought that was right on line. I may have dropped slightly to the left, which is kind of a symptom of not having a rudder. Usually I don't get up so high so quick, especially without any friendly aircraft. I know where people are before they know where I am. That guy. Alright, let's, there's enough tanks left, we got enough time to kind of clear the skies before we go about knock this thing off. Let's get nice and low and fast. I didn't see me when I was up there. No, he's strafing, so he definitely didn't see me. He's preoccupied. One of the easiest ways to jump people is just look for them strafing tanks, because you know he's already looking at something else. You kind of want to line up on him so he doesn't hear you come in. Alright, let's see if we can run him down. Oh. Okay. Screw you, buddy. That guy's getting way too close to the base. It's kind of ill-fated trying to bomb him from the base. Let's see what we can find. Alright, so I'm again looking for those tracers. You see those tracers are nice. They're going to help me spot them right off the get-go. Then it's just a matter of picking out the right one. Get a nice run in. Probably should be looking for the AAA and shooting him first. There we go. Let's get that guy. Nice and in the middle, alone, supported. You know what? He's already got somebody shooting him from the side. Let's just get the assist on that one. Drop on one of these other targets that's not quite as well flanked. Alright, so I'm going to keep my eye on this guy. I'm going to drop on that bigger target right there. So I come around, I've got a decent amount of time to run in. Kind of reduce my throttle to make sure I don't get too fast on this guy. Come around, I memorized where he was against that tree, which kind of at that last bit, let me make sure I picked him up nice and quick. Drop, I probably didn't really want to drop there. Nope, that'll work. With him starting to move there, that kind of, and only one bomb I'll usually hold when I see them start moving like that, because I don't know if they're going to keep moving, move off, they see me running in on them. Kind of spoil the show for me. Let's see what we can do here. I know that other guy was landing, so I'm going to guess that he is taking off about right now. Let's get low and see if we can see anything. don't see anybody. Nobody on the 6. Alright, let's strafe some targets. It was also kind of retarded for me to get that low and that close to where that AAA used to be, because I don't know for sure that he's dead. Alright, let's find a target before we run in. It's kind of pointless if I do right now. Somebody. It's kind of a quick run, and this is not usually recommended to run in with this little distance, because you're not really going to line up. I'll put some rounds in on target though. Kind of jink a little bit coming off target, so that anybody that is looking at you and firing like that guy is have at least a little bit of a harder time hitting you. That is definitely a AAA vehicle that we can strafe down. So let's go over how to strafe these guys down. So that is where he is right there. He is clearly otherwise gauged that he is. I'm gonna go very poorly if he's not. Usually I like to come in very. Yep. He's looking at me. Try not to show my belly like that too much. Show your belly too long, you gotta give him a nice target. Alright, so we'll show what we do here on AAA. A little damage on my wingtip. That's gonna make me a little bit uncoordinated in the turns. So I like to stay nice and low. It's gonna break his line of sight. Kind of try to memorize where roughly he is. I'm gonna try to kind of jump in on him. Kind of fly around a little bit. Wreck where he thinks I could be coming from.
Attention to the map.
With a flat map, it's a little bit harder to do this on. Have some trees. That'll help us. Alright, use my map. He was in spawn point. Oh. A little more rudder. I'm getting a little bit higher than I'd like, but we can see him firing. Identify, identify, identify. There he is. Oh, that's him. That's not him. Alright, I'm assuming he's going to be firing at me. I'm going to look for him. But anyway, it's a lot of guesswork, as you can see. It's not exactly 100% run. You get that low and you can't really see what you're coming up on. That's generally the best way to do it. It gives you at least a chance to get rounds off without him looking at you. And if he's looking at you when you're getting rounds off on him, you're pretty much toast.
Attack the A point.
Alright, buddy, where'd you go? It's that same target right there. Oh well. Nope, he's dead. Get the assist on that one? How did I not get the assist on that one? Go back into looking for targets. We should probably look at what else is in the air right now, if there's anything. No friendly targets. Oh, nicer. Orbit going here. So unfortunately right now my FPS is a little bit shot. There we go. When your FPS is a little bit lower and you get that nice orbit like this, that'll even it out. Yeah. It's just a matter of kind of running my eyes up and down my screen. A little bit, I'm not entirely focused on one spot. I'm kind of using my field of vision just to look for anything that's moving, anything that pops out at me. I'm a little bit lower than I'd like to be. It is about the optimal distance for viewing at anything, but when there's things that can shoot you, it's gonna be a little bit more risky. This is a little better altitude. This will at least kind of make me a little bit more of a tougher target to hit. I can at least see them start firing. I can start chinking. There's somebody. Oh, that's a friendly. Our friend the AAA. No, I think that's a friendly AAA. Green tracers. Really German. That might be a guy right there. Oh, that's a tree. That's what happens when you have a little bit lower FPS. Alright, so somebody is capping our point. Let's see if we can't run in on help our friendly tanks that are trying to kill him. We spot him for him. Maybe get an assist.
Need backup.
There he is. I think I can penetrate that guy if I have got a steep enough angle on him. Some of these strafing runs, I'll get kind of a nice steep climb.
Cover me.
Get it nice and slow over the top without stalling out. Slowly reduce engine power. It's going to allow me to kind of stay controlled as I roll in on this guy. Nice steep. Even it out. Rounds in on target. None of those seem to do the trick. Maybe I can't penetrate him, but I can at least show them where he is. Alright. Let's roll in again. Pull out. That steep of a dive, you need a lot of time to pull out. Looks like we helped the friendlies there. Earned ourselves a assist at the same time. Alright, let's go get another bomb. That is what our team, I think. Oh, nope, there's only one target left. Let's see if we can't spot him. Water's empty, so our engine's going to be killing itself for the most part. Hopefully it can hang on long enough to find this guy. Perfect though for demonstrating how to find people. Alright, so we just lost a friendly tank. Considering that I know most of my friendlies are at spawn, I think that's where he is. Yep, there he is. That was one of those two tanks. We definitely have a friendly tank still in spawn, so hopefully he's going to see me lighten this guy up for him.
We captured most of the strategic zones.
There we go. So hopefully that kind of helps you guys. It's a long video, but it was kind of fun though. So let me know if you guys have any questions about spotting people. Suggestions on running in on targets and whatnot. Yeah, cool. Have a good one.